Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Well, this past week, Facebook has seen billions wiped from its share value after revelations, including some made by this program, that 50 million profiles were used by Cambridge Analytica to influence elections around the world. Now, if the internet has a home, it is Silicon Valley. But even there, where so many make their living through tech, there's an increasing number of dissenting voices. Our business editor, Siobhan Kennedy, reports from Northern California.
The serene calm of San Francisco Bay, but the tranquility belies the frenetic pace of progress. For here, the salt marshes have given way to the supercomputer, and Facebook Town, with its thousands of employees, has forever changed this peaceful landscape. But could this week's data scandal mark the high tide of this internet giant's expansion? From the flatlands to the heights of the city, there's a growing body of activists who think it should.
There's lots of beautiful, positive outcomes that come from Facebook. But the problem is, in my view, it's actually an existential threat when you realize that you have the biggest, most powerful supercomputers in the world pointed at people's brains, trying to figure out, what can I do to perfectly keep you on the screen?
Tristan Harris used to work in design ethics at Google. He says a face-off with Facebook is coming, driven by the internet giant's core contradiction, a product that is free, but which relies on its users' personal data to drive billions in ad revenue.
It doesn't have to be that way, but we could actually pay for a version of Facebook in which those thousands of engineers work for us. Right now, we're the product and the advertiser's the customer. So I won't take anything that Facebook does really seriously until they're willing to admit that it's the advertising business model that's the heart of this problem.
Of course, Mark Zuckerberg, the Facebook boss, would dispute that. But he has promised his 2 billion monthly users he'll monitor firms which use Facebook user data much more closely to avoid another Cambridge Analytica-style scandal. But for some, that's not enough. The Electronic Freedom Foundation has trebled its numbers as data privacy has sparked ever more public concern. Jenny Gebhardt believes this is a watershed moment.
If we've learned anything from the Cambridge Analytica scandal, it's that we cannot trust Facebook. I don't need trust right now. I need accountability. I need transparency. And I think one form that could take would be an independent audit of what is really going on inside the black box that is not only Facebook's algorithm, but Facebook's data operation as a whole.
Whether or not that happens, Facebook knows it's got a privacy problem. Expanding into the salt marsh here, these new offices will house thousands tasked with monitoring standards on its web pages. But for some, the foundations on which this whole business is built are less solid now than ever before.
Here, the Information Commissioner says she is now assessing the evidence gathered last night from Cambridge Analytica's London premises. 18 enforcement officers from the Information Commission spent 7 hours in the building overnight after being granted a search warrant by a High Court judge. The Commissioner has said the search was necessary to examine Cambridge Analytica's computer servers.
I've been